Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be sharing my experience with the Sony A6700 which I have been using for the last 8 months. If you are looking for an in-depth review of this camera, there are tons of video on YouTube. I'll only be talking about the key things that matter to me and the things that I look for in a camera for professional use. I have been making videos for the past 3 to 4 years, and last year I quit my job to pursue videography full time. Before I purchased this camera, I was looking for a B cam that could act as a backup for my XH2S on which I'm shooting right now. I guess I wanted all the features that I have in XH2S, but of course that's not possible. This camera comes pretty close when it comes to matching the features on my XH2S. Apart from a B camera, I was also looking for a compact body. I love making vlogs of my travel experiences. Especially I had this lens in my mind.
I have been looking everywhere for you.
I definitely want that 18-50 because I really like to get shots with a variety of focal lengths, and I don't think there is any other brand that has a kit lens, a zoom kit lens that is so small. You can pretty much do anything with it. You can take a wide shot, you can take a close-up. If you are looking to buy this camera, you would have already compared it with XS20, and it's a valid comparison. Both represent the best in APS-C in that budget range. Why I didn't go for the XS20, I had some things in my mind why I made that decision. The first reason is kind of silly and it really doesn't matter that much. I don't know, I have some obsession with having the same quality for 24 fps and 60 fps on 4K, but I can see a tiny crop whenever I switch between 24 to 60. I definitely got trolled here. It was kind of silly because I was already invested in the Fujifilm camera system. I own lenses, multiple lenses for Fujifilm. Very easy decision to go for the XS20, but I didn't.
I am a fool.
I think the second point is what made most sense for me to switch to Sony. I had been using Fujifilm for a while now and I love it. I think if someone is looking for an APS-C camera, blindly go and buy a Fujifilm camera. It's like a no-brainer, trust me. I have used the XS10, excellent camera, upgraded to the XH2S, amazing beast.
Really amazing.
So while I was only using Fujifilm, I was always kind of curious. I always had that question. I thought maybe Sony's interface is better or Sony's image is better. I don't know. I think it's mostly because of the brand. Sony has a lot to offer when it comes to cameras. They have been making camera sensors for ages. All the phones use the Sony sensor. So I always felt that I should try the brand that is so big in the camera industry. And down the line, maybe if I'm fortunate enough to invest in a full frame camera, I would want it to be FX3.
Way out of your league.
I always heard so much about the autofocus when it comes to tracking complex objects. I'm not saying that Fujifilm's tracking is bad, it does the job, but I think Sony is just on a next level. Talking about what are the things I like about this camera, I think I'll be wasting your time. You have already watched tons of video about this camera. If you haven't, then go watch. What I care about is its video capabilities. Even if it's cropped, I want to have a 120 option in a higher quality. 10-bit 422 a must. For those who don't know, 10-bit allows you to capture a lot of data while you are recording. You can see that the changes in the tones is much more gradual and fine in the 10-bit footage. Image quality is fantastic. I have gotten used to working with the log profile. The autofocus is killer. Love the form factor. One thing that really catches my attention is the build quality. Certainly have a different level of finesse. I mean, I have a habit of minutely looking through the camera body to find imperfections in the build. The plastic would have not cut through properly. Gaps would be uneven. You know, small things like in the camera body. The feel is excellent. I don't love the buttons as much as I do on the XH2S. In terms of battery backup, it's pretty good. This lens is a winner. The viewfinder and the screens are okay. Nothing much to mention there. Hello, Mom.
Where are you?
I am making my first YouTube video.
Wow. First YouTube video.
Yes,
Great, great.
that was my mom. She must be probably thinking, why am I doing all this? This is a very capable camera. It can do anything you want from it. But
Look at my butt.
now let's talk about the things that irritate me about this camera, but take this with a pinch of salt because I don't want these reasons to be a deal breaker for you. These are the issues that matter to me and that frustrate me when I'm trying to do my work. Out of all the flaws, the most annoying is the overheating. Now if you buy this camera just to take pictures, it's completely alright, but if you are making videos with it, and by videos I don't mean like run and gun travel vlogging videos where you just press the on for a while and then turn off, but especially when you keep the recording on for really long time, for like minutes. Some of you might think that's very obvious, happens to every camera without a fan, but it came to me as a surprise. The XH2S doesn't have any fan, but it hardly shows any sign of overheating. I think there was just once in a shoot when I was in a hot kitchen and recording non-stop, it showed me a warning for overheating, and that was like an extreme case. Environment was hot itself, especially when you are shooting those high frame rate 60 fps. Of course there's a way you can turn it down, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to cause any kind of damage. I thought that it's only overheating because it's Sony and the XS20 won't heat up, but trust me, XS20 also heats up. You can check other videos, they both show warning on a similar level. There were a lot of shoots where the camera would just stop with the warning. I will have to like ask the client to wait. Thankfully those were all free shoot, they didn't have much expectations. It always kept me on the edge. Of course you can solve this problem with a fan. There are lots of fan in the market. The fan only lasts for about, I guess, 30 minutes. I don't know, I don't remember. What you need is basically a rig that can hold a power bank at the back and power your fan for as long as you need it to. I'm soon going to sort it out with a rig because I want to take this into paid shoots, and I'll be sharing that rig setup soon once it's here. So make sure you are subscribed so that you can check that video.
I saw what you did there.
Coming to the second annoying thing about this camera, the SD card. I don't know why Sony has such a strict requirement for expensive SD cards if you have to use it to its full potential. For comparison, I could take a V30 SD card and use it on my XH2S. I can do 4K 10-bit 422, 24 FPS all the way till 120 FPS with the V30 card. And on Sony you need a V60 card to unlock 60 FPS with 4K 422 10-bit. I think it's frustrating. I mean, because a V60 card is pretty expensive. I could buy a manual lens for that cost. It's gonna make a dent in your pocket. Yeah, it's just a one-time purchase. What if the card fails? You have to spend the same amount again. Even after I have the V60 card, I can't do 120 FPS 4K 10-bit 422. For that you need a V90 card, which is even more expensive. If you are someone who is actually looking to purchase this camera, you are on a tight budget where you can't have like unnecessary expenses, I think this is something you should consider. The third annoying thing about this camera is the custom dial button. Custom dials are something you used to have a preset of settings. When I use the custom settings on the Fuji, I'll have 24 FPS on one dial and I'll have a 60 FPS on another. I'll keep switching back and forth between the two based on what I'm shooting, if I need a slow-mo or I need a normal speed. Usually what happens is while you are shooting, some of your settings are going to change. For example, your ISO, the f-stop, the white balance, you might be adjusting on the go, it retains those values while you switch between these modes. What Sony does is when you are switching between the custom modes, it resets all the values to its initial value which you gave when you were setting the custom dial. And I did think that there must be some way around it. Maybe there's some setting in the menu. I haven't found it yet. If you know about that setting, go ahead and help me in the comments.
There, you did it again.
If I'm looking at a scene and I've already made the adjustments, I have adjusted my f-stop, my white balance, my ISO, I want to return back to those same values.
Do you feel me?
Do let me know in the comments if you know there's a workaround. It will definitely help other people if they are facing the same issue. That's all I wanted to say about my experience with this camera. Definitely there'll be more videos as I use this camera for even a longer period of time. If you are still watching this video, that's great, because this is the very first video where I'm actually talking to the camera directly. It makes me very conscious because I'm naturally a very shy person. I mean, good things happen when you go out of your comfort zone and do exactly what makes you uncomfortable. If you are someone who's just getting started in the world of video production, stick around, because I'm going to make a lot more videos about the things I have learned in the past 2-3 years of my videography journey. To conclude, I would say this is an excellent camera. It does a lot of things in this small size. It's practically second best APS-C camera out there, I guess. Second, maybe the third best. I hope this video helped to put more inputs into your purchase decision. Maybe you are going to purchase it, or maybe you already have it. Let me know in the comments. Feel free to mention your likes and dislikes, and I'll see you in the next video. 4K 10-bit 422. 4K 10-bit 422.